Round 1. Fight!
Hey guys, so we've got, in this game, we've got the Year 9 team over here of Nasus, Warwick, Rise, Vane, and Morgana versing the Rengars Warlords, they're called, versing the Darwin High School team Method, and that Method team is made up of Aurelia, Kha'Zix, Syndra, Draven, and Thresh. So we've got those, and obviously Method being the red side up here, and Reynella East College, Rengars Warlords being blue over here. So what you're going to do is this going to be a full game commentary. So if you don't like those, you can have a little bit of trouble because it's going to go for about 20-30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer if we do a little bit of pausing and stuff. But let's get underway. So we've got it taking off right now. As you can see, ping coming out already from Method over here. See what they're going to do. What we'll do also is bring up the scoreboard. See if I can take out the time control so you can't see when things are going to happen. Okay, so as you can see, both teams setting up really nicely, covering all the different areas. So stopping that invade, so covering all entrances. So there won't be any cheeky invades this game from anyone. Only one missing though is a very important one actually here. So Reynella East College does not have any coverage in the middle there, and without knowing it, Method had someone disconnect at the start, so that's a bit of trouble there as well. So as you can see Kha'Zix going to start on the bottom side there. We can see as well have a good amount of, for a team that has a few running champions like Warwick and Nasus, they're going to have a lot of trouble getting to, say, the carries that are Draven and Syndra, because Syndra's got to push away. Thresh, he's got a multitude, like he's got his Lantern, he's got his Flay to keep people off of the Draven and stuff, so hopefully it'll work out okay and it'll be a nice close match, but we'll see how it's going to go. But Morgana's obviously got a shield, protect from the Thresh hook, Q, lockdown for that Draven that doesn't have much escape. So, and same with the Syndra, she's actually really an immobile champion, so you'd hope that hopefully if she uses that E and doesn't have time to push away, that Warwick might be able to get some really good ganks off mid lane, so get that Rise lockdown with the W and stuff. But here's another one also. Obviously Aurelia is going to be really winning in the early game, but as we know, Nasus anytime after 30 minutes is going to be huge, so that's what we need to remember there as well, so keeping that in mind. But if he does get picked out in the early game, because like we were talking about before as well, Nasus really isn't a very mobile champion, just like some of the other guys, so got to make sure, watching out for those early ganks. Kha'Zix getting the first Scuttle Crab here as well, so straight from blue to Scuttle Crab, getting it in there. Now he's getting some nice deep vision in, so he knows that he didn't take his red yet, so he knows what side of the map he's on. You see here coming in, looking for the gank. I probably wouldn't, look, Rise, he's level 3, so he's got all these spells. It's going to be a really tough gank, so as you can see, that one doesn't come off, but they've got that early vision now of Warwick in his jungle, so yeah, you can see there, Warwick's done a good thing there, pulling the red buff into the bush, so he can't keep track of, using his jump early then though as well, so Warwick getting the red, but yeah, using his jump very early there at Kha'Zix, so that was a bit of a mistake because he just lost all that pressure that he could have had going after him with his jump, so that was rather strange. You can see here, so Morgana with a really good push, and First blood to the Vane, hitting that beautiful Q, and then the W damage followed by the Vane damage was really nice. So that's some really good pressure going down there in the bot lane. Issue is though as well, if that Kha'Zix was playing it right, he's obviously got to farm his jungle, but there's no vision down here by the Reynella East College team or anyone, no try, no river, so would be an easy gank, as well as because he's taken the scale, he's got that movement speed to get down there. Got to think about that. Oh, here we go. Buffering a bit, yeah, so he's still doing his clear. You can see there as well, after that failed invade, that Kha'Zix put himself quite a bit behind. There's only a few farm at the moment, but you can see as well the Warwick is, how do I see, where are we? He's just cleared a lot more of his jungle camps than the Kha'Zix has, so hasn't cleared that scuttle. Got to get those. See, Warwick should have. He should have gone his blue and then to scuttle, because they're worth so much gold and XP now. So Kazakhs would have got this scuttle. Warwick would have got that one, and then they would have been basically even because he's level 3, Warwick's level 3. Warwick might possibly, because he's cleared an extra camp, or even maybe 2 camps, would have got an extra level on him. So you can see here, setting up for the dive. So even with the Nasus life steal, seeing there that he's just going to get dived because he's been poked out way too much by the Reynella. Should be just focusing down that Kha'Zix, but saved his jump for then so he can tank and then get away easy. So easy kill there from the Method team from Darwin. Going down there. So bot lane now though with the Vayne, we all know she's going to scale better than the Draven. So got to make sure now they've got that kill and assist down there. Got to make sure that you really kind of sink the boot in and make sure you hone down that lead, because it's only a small kind of like 1 kill is only 300 gold, but when you think about that in terms of they're being pushed in, they're losing farm, but to all intensive purposes though, props to this Draven for keeping out his really good farm. I mean, he's even farm now, so he's done a good job with his support being gone, his pressure being down. So just got to keep up that Morgana poke and hopefully get another opportunity. But haven't seen, so for an early game jungler here, Warwick hasn't given out a gank yet, so he really needs to be looking for that gank. So I realise level 6 is where he really takes off, and he can farm a lot early at reasonable health, but you got to make sure you're getting that pressure in, because now we've got lots of people. So Aurelia there looking for the wall because, well, she saw the scrying wall go off, and then she thought she'd come down and check out what was going on. But he's already. This is the second time he's farmed these wolves, and he hasn't gone back and bought. So he's almost at 30 farm. You got to make sure, especially as an early game jungler like him or the Kha'Zix. So Kha'Zix has already gone back. Got to make sure you go back and spend that gold so you get more pressure. So nice control ward there by the Kha'Zix as well. Looking down for a gank here. Really good timing on that flay and hook from the Thresh. But yeah, Vayne going to go down there as well. And probably Morgana as well, unless we hit another really good hook. Nah, really good flash flay play. And the minion block got him as well. Probably should have focused more on getting away than flashing mastery then. So yeah, giving that Morgan Vayne. So they're actually still keeping up because Draven only got 2 assists then. He didn't get a single kill. Thresh got 1 kill. Kha'Zix got the other. So in reality, Reynella East College bot lane is still ahead, but coming in for an easy kill then on the Nasus as well. Just getting poked down. Got to make sure when you know that a lane is so far in the enemy's favour, like this Aurelia, you know that she wins the early game, so you might as well just back off, farm under tower. You've got your Q to farm, you've got your E to farm. Got to make sure you're using those to farm under tower, and because like let's be serious, you're losing more farm by being dead, and this happening now than you would before. So it's also something where if you know that's happening, is also you know Nasus is a late game scaling champion. As a Warwick, got to make sure you give him some pressure because you could be locking down this Aurelia with your E, giving a constant pressure because as a Warwick you've got that mobility, you can run around and farm really easy. But look, Kha'Zix as well coming back and he knows the red's coming up soon, so he's set up with a control ward, normal ward, and really trying to keep an eye on this Warwick. But you can see there, really poor timing on that ward because Warwick got view of that ward as he did it, so now he knows it's there, and so now he has to back off because he saw that, so that's really good. Also what he could be doing, he actually take the red buff and you can actually take it over here in this bush here and do it in there. But as you said, Warwick doing a smart thing, not going for that red buff because he knows it was just warded. It's how long do you wait it though. He's level 6 now, so he's pretty safe. He's level 6, got blue buff, full mana. I'll probably do the red buff and then move on, but he really needs to start getting some pressure down. So bot lane's already ahead. Whether you go down there, get this Vayne ahead who's going to scale better than Draven, go up top, get the Nasus ahead. Ryze being, like, he does some good damage, Ryze does, but you've got to make sure you use him as a utility champion more than anything, so I wouldn't be going there as much. Let him farm up and let him get that damage that we know that he can have. Or miss Morgbind, use the Morgbind on herself and not on her Vayne that's going to do the damage there, so that's a bit unfortunate. More getting the kill as well, which is a bit unfortunate, so overall though, not terrible. I mean, Thresh got that kill as well, so that's okay, but got to make sure really following that. Bit of a scuffle going on in the jungle down here as well. So Sindri going for a very, very going way too ham there on that play under tower. So it was never going to happen with the Warwick regen, but instead of walking away there, I probably would have stayed the other side of that tower. So if the Kazakhs had to come over, and you knew he was in the area, so you knew he was going to try it, just stay that side of the tower, so that way he has to walk, even if you flash it, so he'd jump over there and have to flash all the way under the tower, and you're right next to your Rise who can W him as well, so you really need to think about that when you know they're in the area. Nasa's doing the right thing there, pushing the wave, and didn't quite push it enough. Being a little bit safe now that he's 0-2 makes sense. Probably going the wrong build as well, so he's going straight for that Trinity Force, and he's going to do some really good damage. So he's got Sheen, he's going to do some really good damage, but yeah, he doesn't really need that. All the Reynella East College team needs is a tank. So got his good vision there as well. So knows Kazakhs is coming up. Because Kazakhs has no stun, might have even waited a little bit, waste a little bit more of his time. But yeah, so got to make sure as well. Sit back, build full tank. They don't need damage. You've got a Vayne, you've got a Rise, you've even to some extent got a Morgana who's going to give you some really, really good damage as well. So, and going down there. So he did some half decent damage then, but if he had full tank, so he's getting a little bit more health there, but it's not going to help him out too much. Say if you were building straight into a Sunfire Cape, that's where it'd be really good. But as you see there, Vayne doing a really, really good job, getting a kill, but going down, and probably making a bit of a mistake here because you have to go for the... regen's probably going to be good from the Warwick, getting that, but he's going to go down to the Draven because those crits are going to be huge, and it's not really worth it. I mean, he's caught the Draven back up. Draven's now 4-1. The Thresh is the one that's letting the bot lane down a little bit, going the 1-3, so got to be really careful of that, even if you go down there and get a kill. So he's got his first kill on the board, that might be why he did it, but as a Warwick, you've got to make sure, same thing, building full tank, so he's going into Cinderhulk, that's really good. Nasus also should be going full tank, but yeah, making sure that you're just getting your teammates ahead without feeding is really, really important. So you see here as well, look at that Rise damage, that's incredible. Probably didn't back himself enough there, so now he's had to waste Flash. But if he backed himself there, keep getting those auto attacks in, because I know auto attacks, they don't do heaps of damage, especially as an AP mage like Rise. But if he hit, you saw him, he had 1 bar of health left. If he hit 2 or 3 auto attacks, that's where you get... He would have died. So yeah, never underestimate auto attacks is all I can say there as well. So you got Sindri here roaming around, getting that ward. That's quite a good place because it covers 3 paths. So they've got to come this way, that way, or that way. So that's a really good ward to have, and it's giving him really good vision, making him keep tabs on Warwick really well. So as you can see though, they know where it is, so he's going to get a free 30 gold. But you can see here, Sindri can instantly come over, maybe try to scare him off it a bit, but as a Warwick, I would be too scared of a Syndra anyway. You've got too much mobility and stuff, so you can get away from him. As you can see, so this is really where the Nasa should have been. There we go. So sitting under tower, getting those Q stacks up. It's going to be tough late game, especially with the amount of CC and stuff they have. But that's all you can do. So running up now as well because the Rise is coming. Yeah, so this way at least he's going to be able to lock down the Aurelia. Went with the W a bit too soon, went with the Nasus ult a bit too late, but now you can't hang around because you know that Syndra is going to be looking to come up. So as you can see there, clearing a ward, so you know she's coming up. Rise is taking a big risk coming down this way and it's going to get sandwiched in between the Aurelia and the Syndra. It does really good dodge there of the Aurelia stun. This is where the Nasus scale probably would have flashed over the wall. Because with you being a bit behind, then they're going to have to at least waste Flash if they're going to follow you to see if they can get you, so you've got to check that out as well. Actually, Blind, they have no wards here, so I'm not sure how they knew that blue buff was coming up. Pretty good survival there, though, in all honesty, by the wall. That health regen lifesteal always surprises me, so ulting the Kazakhs there, getting him down to 2/3 health. But yeah, you can see Kazakh's got that warrior, so he's going to be doing that true. Is it true damage? Yeah, true damage and still 20% movement speed. So yeah, getting that true damage. Also not going to be taking too much damage because he's got that ninja tabby. So probably if War got off his full combo, he probably would have normally got more than a third of his health. But because he's got that ninja tabby, it's really, really good. So let's see down here as well. So Vayne's died again there. So we're now 5-2 Draven. So he's going to be hitting massive crits. So yeah, you need to be really careful of that. Morgana here, hopefully going to do the right thing and stop his base. Yep, so as you can see, just stopping his base there, which is really good, wasting time, make sure he's not going back, getting those items that can really, really help out. So you can see there, you've actually already also scared him into getting Mercury Treads and stuff. So got to make sure as well, you can see there by the Draven, he's got a full item, Death Stance, and he's got Berserker Greaves and stuff. You want to make sure you're really careful of that. He's got a heap of life still there. He's got a Vampiric Scepter as well, so whatever damage you do to him, he's just going to heal it back. So maybe even focusing on the Thresh, because the Thresh really isn't very tanky. He's got a coin, and he's got Mercury Tread, so I'd even probably be poking him down before I poke down the Draven, who's going to be doing damage to us, but only because Draven's going to be healing it straight back up. You can see here as well, really good ward coverage by the Method team here. So they've got ward here. So they're really keeping track of this Warwick, who unfortunately though he's not been playing. So as you can see there, Rise going down. They're going to get mid tower out of this. Pretty good roam by the Aurelia. As you can see, she's so far ahead. 3-0 Aurelia is going to be really tough to handle, especially with the Qs going around everywhere. Hard to hit stuff. That's why the Rise is actually quite a good pick into Aurelia, because there's a point-and-click ability with the W. So, yeah, I don't know. He did have the ult up there. So when Aurelia went under tower then with a Q, it would have been really good actually if Warwick had ulted the Aurelia then as well. I know that Syndrome might have been able to stop it with the stun, but yeah, got to be careful of that. And you see here, still all the little creeps, but the big one being the important one. So he's hanging around a bit. And you see there, Nass is completely over pushed, so he's lost his tower. Shouldn't be moving up here. So the only dangerous area should be this one. You should be trying to freeze farm back here. So we should all know how to freeze farm with your Q. So letting the minions go down to really low like this one here, and then taking it. So you let it go a little bit lower, so that way their wave pushes in. And you can sit there and farm, because we're only 16 minutes into this game. We've lost top tower, so that's where you need to be going in recovery mode. Sitting back here, freeze farming, wait until your farm gets nice and low, and then taking it. And that way their waves are going to push in further than yours. So mid lane's been taken as well. 1-2 Rise. So with his pushing ability, it's going to be really hard for him to freeze farm. So as you can see there, it took him about 2 seconds to push that all the way up in the middle. They've gotten first dragon, so that was a really, really late first dragon as well. So especially with a Warwick on your team that can take dragon at 3 minutes, giving Aurelia another pretty silly kill actually, to give Aurelia trying to 1v1 her there. Even if it's under tower, if she was 4-0 at the time, 4-0 2 at the time, 174 farm compared to 97 from the Nasus. So you've got to be really careful there. You can't be giving away those free kills. Even if you're under tower, you've got to know that, alright, so I'm a 1-3 Warwick at the time. I don't really have any tank stats. He's got Cinder Hulk, that's it. Doesn't give you any resistors, only gives you 300 health. So you've got to make sure you're making those good decisions, and you can't just do those silly kills. So as well, Nasus, he really wants to farm up that Q, but he's doing the wrong thing here. Like I said before, you're better off staying back, farm the Gromp, farm the Wolves if you can. You're going to be taking stuff away from your Warwick, but he's got his bottom side jungle to go to as well. But yeah, and as you can see as well, Aurelia was fully ready for him to overcommit there. So if he went up for this farm, she could have taken him out as well. So as you can see, they're doing a good thing now, backing up. I think that was actually because this is the first time reviewing this footage, so I haven't seen all of this. As you can see here, really tough fight coming there as well. Not sure if Vayne used her condemn earlier and couldn't condemn the Kha'Zix away, but getting jumped on there and basically one shot by the Kha'Zix, which is really tough as an 80 carry, especially at this stage of the game. Getting early, I mean, Kha'Zix was 3-0 at the time. Draven was 5-2 at the time, so really, really tough for a squishy 80 carry to go as well. So as you can see as well, so we've got Warwick there, can't really get too close to the Syndra because all warded up. Saw her go through the Scuttle Crab, as well as got ward in here. But yeah, really tough, so you've got to start thinking about playing around that Vayne pick though, because as you see, she's got the most, well, hang on, Morgana's got the most kills in the Reynella East College team. Vayne coming second, not got... both mid and ADC don't have too bad a farm, but comparing to the other team, you got to realise that you're so far behind. As you see here, Rise getting a little bit caught out. he does have ult. He could have actually almost instantly ulted as soon as that Thresh went under. Oh, it's gonna second last tick of Ignite, taking him out there. But if he TP'd, he used his ult, from over here, it would have easily got him over this other side of the turret, so would have got away from him easy then. So you need to make sure you think about that. Got these two as well. I don't know why they're trying to fight this Aurelia, because you're just feeding him more, so that's 7-0. You need to be, so even if, so Nasus wouldn't be able to survive under tower there, like all he's got is the Trinity Force, no tankiness, only just got Ninja Tabby just then, so at 19 minutes he's got his Ninja Tabby. And yeah, no way one of you could stand under tower with her, especially she's got a Trinity Force, she's got a Titanic, got a Ninja Tabby for damage reduction. It's way too big a person, so you got to be really careful of that. Vayne down here doing the right thing, just like I talked about before. This is kind of, you want this to be your only danger zone, preferably putting a ward in here or just there. So that you can safely farm, but not pushing up here. You can see that Kha'Zix was fully ready to cut her off and one-shot her if you went anywhere past there. So, in kind of damage mode, you can see there, Aurelia and Thresh going to be taking this inhibitor. So, see that with these three here, they are going to back off because it's got that really good Morgana lockdown. So, shielding the Warwick was really good. But, I mean, end of the day, going to be really, really tough, and I'm not sure. She's probably not. The Morgana's not going to be able to get her here, simply because the Thresh is there as well, which is going to help her with the lockdown. But yeah, so the rotation should have come there. So I don't know where the Nasus went. It looked like he'd gone over here. Got to make sure, especially if they're here, take your inhibitor. You should all be over there helping stop it, because then after, say you kill the Aurelia, kill the Thresh, you can then rotate over here and kill whoever was taking that one there. So as you can see, first death on the Aurelia just then as well, going a little bit too far into turret, trying to get that Nasus, but also though stopping the Nasus from being able to wave clear this as well, and probably going to be the winning of the game. So you can't open that up as well. So yeah, we're almost there. But as you can see, probably a waste of flash there by the Warwick as well, because as you can see as well, still no resistances from the Warwick. So I realise he's going the stock standard Warwick build, which makes sense. So he's going Cinderhulk, that's the right thing to do. And then he's going into Titanic. He doesn't need to go into Titanic yet. So you can keep the Tiamat, which is going to help you farm. That's literally the entire point of building Titanic on Warwick, is to help you farm. But then going into, say, a Dead Man's would be really good. Really good bind there in W from the Morgana. And also, not sure if it was meant by the Vayne, but really, really good condemn back into tower there to get the Draven kill. So that was really good. As you can see, clearing that out. One of those things though as well, so even though, I mean, it's 11:30, massive, almost 20k gold deficit and stuff, I mean, these guys are doing the right thing because there's only two of them left. The other guys are going for really silly plays in here, just trying to get some kills. So they've gone way too hard in here and got killed. That's a really silly thing. If they backed out and went around and got this tower, it would have been way better for them, because then they're moving into, alright, so we've got those two inhibs. They can leave those minions to take them out, and they're moving into that even later game where, alright, so these guys are now going to be getting free farm from these minions. We've taken out that tower. They can put 4 people over here. So the Rise is really good wave clear, as well as the Vayne's got pretty good wave clear as well with static. Oh, she doesn't have static yet. She's put Storm Rays. Sorry. It's a new patch, so it's really hard to remember. But yeah, as you can see, so she's going to come down. So there could be 4 people sitting under this tower. Tower being the 5th person, obviously. So it's going to be easy enough for them to stop a dive, especially with some of their lockdowns. So you can see there, really, really good. Got to get punished for that. That Thresh is gone way over. Got to get punished. Not punished yet. Nah. So not enough damage. So as you can see, too far ahead. So we've got that 12 and 1 now. 10 and 3 Draven, who actually wasn't there then. He's only just rocked up now, and you can see those big crits from him. So got to make sure you watch out. So that's where you could have got some free farm over here, and the other guys, they need to just stick under this tower. So I wouldn't move anywhere away from that at all. So there we go. So that's the review of the Darwin High School Method team versus the Reynella East College Rengars Warlords. Okay, as you can see, not a heaps tight game, but there's definitely some learning that we could take out of that for our next game. So both team comps being really, really good and well-rounded. Maybe even Reynella East College. So say if you swapped out that Nasus for something different, maybe something with a bit more engage, a little bit more movement, and also changing some of these builds a little bit is really important as well. But what we need to be focusing on as well, so with that, so you can see there's a few good different kills in here. So Vayne gets a really good kill early, and that's where you think, all right, so Vayne's got a kill early. She's a late game champion. I can snowball that. So that's what you need to be thinking, especially as a jungler and as a team. So you got to make sure, all right, so now we're going to put all our focus into bot lane. So that's where you have your 4-man bots and your 3-man bots, getting that jungle pressure down there, and that way you can get that first tower. So getting that first tower, first dragon, because it was incredible, because the Darwin method team, they did not use their lead at all. So they started off with a bit of a lead. They didn't convert it into a dragon. So I think the first dragon was taken 18 minutes. No. Hang on, first dragon's already been taken. Oh, no. So that's not right. So you can see, first dragon was taken at 16 minutes. So, yeah. If first dragon's being taken at 16 minutes, they're not really using their lead. So as you can see there, they were 15-7 leads. So got to make sure playing around either the lane that's winning, or you got to have a really, really good support for the lane that's losing. So in this game, it was the Nasus that was losing. So that's where you're doing your 3-man top lanes, trying to shut that down, see how it goes. Got to be really careful though, because you don't want to be giving out those random kills to the Aurelia like was happening all game. So got to be careful of that. But yeah, to summarise, hopefully, so this Thursday we have another game coming up. Hopefully we can do a bit better, and that's going to be it. So yeah, hopefully you guys watch this and learn a lot.